Pablo.
Lunchie.
Carlos.
Axel.
This is Quatro.
4 people.
4 opinions.
One topic.
And go.
Got it this time.
Why didn't you just use 2 hands the first time? I just realised we did this.
Hands in hand was like a velociraptor shadow puppet. It was like watching E.T. trying to work a sound desk.
Oh, God. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
How are we all?
What is happening? So, just technically, this is actually our first episode, right? So, welcome everybody to the inaugural episode
of the QuatroPodcast.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Pretty stoked.
Yeah. And what are we doing today?
Okay, so in this episode, one topic, we're going to do the Am I the Arsehole, right?
Yes.
Because it's a good way for us to chill together and get riled up about bad treatment of others. Okay, so this one is my significant other, the 31 female, best friends is 30 male, takes every possible chance to bully me in front of my significant other. So there is a best friend, there is a woman, there is a man, and the best friend is causing cuckas between them. Okay.
Love triangle.
So this post went so crazy that they actually capped it. They said it reached the limit of comments and reactions.
Jeez.
They capped
What
it.
is it? Incidentally, is it 10,000 posts?
No idea. It just says this post has reached the community karma limits.
Wow.
We've got a name for
I'm
it.
too old to know what that means. If you're
There is a meaning.
Yeah, if you're watching and you're on Reddit, you can educate
Too much
me.
bad chi going on.
I'm old. Educate me, guys. All right. So me and my significant other have been dating since before COVID started. And we started dating a few weeks before pandemic stuff happened. So over 3 years now. We've been super happy together, got a place together at the start of the year. She has a friend, let's call him John. It's always John, isn't it?
John.
Always Johns and Karens. They have been best friends forever since they were kids. He is very openly gay and is married to his husband. I met John once before the pandemic and he and his husband joined us on our second date. It was only recently that he has actually been around and tried to do stuff with us and his husband. Sounds good so far. Like, that sounds cool. Sounds like an episode of Will and Grace. That's awesome.
But I know what's coming.
Cool. Something's going wrong. Honestly, I never liked John. He has always been someone who demands everyone pay attention to him. If you have an interesting story, he will constantly try to interrupt you and tell his own thing that was always way much cooler. If he can't one-up you, he will immediately change the topic or someone calls him out on his bullshit. He's always been somewhat hostile to me to the point where I never really liked it. I'm getting narcissist like red flags, like taking someone's story, immediately making a better story. Like it's about me.
Oh, we
Look
all
at me.
know. We all know someone like that,
Yeah,
right?
we
Like
do.
there's, for
Look at
real.
me. Yeah. Look
Yeah,
at me.
okay. But I feel like there's more to unravel here.
Yeah. So the last few months, he's pretty much just straight up started bullying me, criticizing everything from my clothing to my appearance, even things I like. The last week, it got super fucking bad when both me and my significant other mentioned we are going on vacation to Japan for a month, something we've both wanted to do. John was apparently really hurt by it. Oh, bless. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry your feelings got hurt about a holiday. Apparently, him and the significant other have talked about doing that for years, but never did it due to COVID. I tried to be nice and suggested that him and his partner come with us, and he told me he wouldn't ever want to go anywhere or be seen with a loser like me.
Oh, fuck.
Tonight was one of our mutual friends'
Open
birthdays,
hostility.
and
Shots
John
fired.
showed up after being invited by my significant other. At one point in the night, he pulled me aside when I went to the bathroom, spent 5 minutes throwing an insane amount of shade at me. Everything from I am disgusting, I am garbage. He outright told me to break up with my girlfriend or he would do it for me because our relationship disgusts him. So they've asked their significant other to end the friendship with
That's
this
actually gone feral.
nasty,
Hang on.
nasty John.
I've just, maybe I misunderstood one part. So John has a husband. And what was the girl's name in this situation?
Significant other.
Significant other.
Okay, so we don't know.
No.
Okay. Because what this sounds like, and this is just my detective mind outside of the narcissistic thing, which I totally agree with, I think the bestie, John, has something for the significant other.
But he's gay.
But maybe he's bi.
But
Maybe he's pan.
This sounds like
maybe
jealousy.
He's poly.
Oh, it's jealousy.
It definitely
written all over
sounds
it.
like jealousy.
Yeah, I think.
Absolutely.
No. But if it, I feel like if it is jealousy, it's purely on a, what's the term for it? Like a
He
platonic
just wants
level.
to be the center of the world.
That's right.
And
He
she
wants
is no
to
longer
probably
his
control
adoring fan.
his best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because when they were besties, he was probably calling all the shots.
Yeah.
right?
Could there be some attraction there too? Like,
Well, that's
there
what some
could be.
people
It's
commented.
I don't know. I've got this feeling.
Your spidey senses are going off.
It says here, I've told my significant other multiple times, like, hey, can you tell John to cool it? I don't like this. I don't want to be around him. So he's setting boundaries, obviously not being listened to.
Yeah.
John immediately denies everything when I say, and he says he only does it when my significant other is not present. So tonight I told her word for word what happened. She said she doesn't believe me. She's known him for 25 years and she's never seen anything like that. So I asked if she thought I was lying. She said I was just embellishing and adding things to what he's saying, and she can tell that he is unhappy about the relationship, but it doesn't change anything. She loves me, and that's that.
Oh,
so she's
but
not
maybe
going
she
to
doesn't.
do anything. Is he the asshole for asking her to walk away from this friendship?
I don't know that it's fair for a partner to ask another, like their partner, to walk away from a friendship that's like a lifelong friendship, right? But there's a situation here where it's untenable for them to stick around.
Maybe they need to only see each other when the boyfriend isn't there. Maybe they need to not do combinations. Maybe it's a character clash. Because I have clients that come and they're really struggling with someone. And then you listen to what they're saying. You can get the point of view, but you can also see it's a personality clash that's happening.
hey, here's a question.
Yeah.
Could he be right?
What if he is?
Yeah, maybe he is an asshole.
Yeah.
There is an age-old
Damn you,
scripture
Carlos.
that I would like to quote here.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Nut up
It's hard to say.
or shut up.
Yeah.
Well, he's obviously nutting up, right? He's
No, but he's asking this such and so forth to tell
He should
this
just
person.
beat the other person up.
Not
Lunchie, you're
necessarily
such
get
a violent person.
No.
suggesting violence.
Just,
Let me get my bat.
No, just be straight up.
Yeah.
Don't ask somebody. Don't ask a third party to deal with the
I
fourth
do agree,
party.
yeah.
Just go to them and say, look, just shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
or bring something of value. And if you don't like it, fuck up.
Yeah, I think there needs to be that kind of confrontational moment where he really establishes strong boundaries. Because the thing is, people will only walk on the grass if they can reach the grass. If you put up poles, signs, barriers, boards, they're going to have to climb over them or bash through them to get to the grass, right? And that works emotionally as well.
Yeah.
He's pretty much allowing this dude to walk all over the grass. He needs to put up signs. He needs to be very, very
will
clear.
treat you how you allow them to treat you.
So just for reference as well, he did like early on, before he described any hostility coming from the friend, the first words I heard were, I don't like him very much.
Yeah, so there's a clash there. That's what I'm saying. There's definitely a clash.
Something like I never liked him or something like that.
So there's
like,
personal-
it could be two-way road here that we're only getting one side of the story.
Maybe he's jealous of the best
right?
friend with the history that they have.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a lot of private jokes between the bestie
See,
and the
this
girl.
is turning into a nightmare, right? With predisposition and the actual problem. Like he's already in a position where it's like, there's no benefit to keeping this person around. No,
I'm going to throw another idea there. Why did he have to mention the guy's sexuality and the fact that he has a husband?
Well,
no.
Why? How does that change
in context
anything?
I
of the
do
story.
believe there is context required there, because otherwise we could jump to the conclusion that the friend has the hots for, and it would be
True.
it would be
I mean,
automatic.
people
we
were
could
saying
write
that
that
already
off,
in the comments,
potentially.
but yeah.
Well, that's what wrote
what
it
I'm
off for
saying
me.
is maybe it's the
you
thing.
guys still think that it could be, what's the term used? Pansexual, right?
Yeah, maybe he's demi, maybe he's pan, maybe he's,
right.
bi.
Like, so,
I'm all for a good
Not
theory.
Demi, sorry.
Like that's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
my
yeah.
mind went.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
ha, a clue.
But I just feel like this bestie is very much a flamboyant character that loves to be the center of attention.
And I feel
Probably
like
a
that
Leo.
was for. I honestly think that may have been another reason for the reveal of the sexuality as well. Like, because I agree, the flamboyancy, it all plays into an interesting mystery, though. I love it.
It does, yeah.
I love it.
It's intrigue.
So it's like I can't say if he's the asshole or not, because I feel like we need to hear from the other two.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
this
like
is true.
we're
We're getting the one side of the story.
Yeah.
And it's
Ultimately, though, we do have
presented.
to make a decision
He's
with the
doing
information we
dickish
have.
things.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
to say he's asshole-ish.
Yes. It is
I just
complicated.
feel there's weakness.
And is this something
there.
that we can all relate to? Like, do you reckon we've all been gone through something where you've got a best friend that you're very close to, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
there's a
I've-
third party that comes into it,
Yeah.
kind of
I've-
takes them away.
Definitely
You know?
been on the other end of that, where
Yes.
like I've had friends whose partners didn't like me.
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm overbearing. I don't know if that's the word. Like
You're always suggesting violence.
Confrontational.
He's wearing a
I don't
gang
like
cap.
to be punched.
I don't understand what it is. Headbutt. Say hello, headbutt.
Yeah,
You know?
I've experienced from the other side, like you have, where I've been the one that's been the unwanted intruder. And I'm like, wait, you can't stop your best friend from finding love. And when you have been besties for a long time, there is an emotional connection there. And it is hard to suddenly share them.
Sure.
It
100%.
changes everything.
Well, he times
Yeah.
that by 5 or 10,
Yeah.
and you've got the family situation.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're bringing in, and we in our family, like Carlton and I are brothers, right?
Yeah.
To be like interred into the annals of the family,
Yeah.
right? You must walk through fire.
I feel so sorry
is
for my
there a
nieces.
we talked about this.
Let's just say there's definitely a bat involved.
There is a slow grinding of bones, basically.
Wow.
There's no test. There's just like
But I think that's
yeah.
normal in most families.
you could be right.
Really.
You could be right, or maybe we're just fucking weird.
Sharing a
I
little
didn't
bit
want to
too
bring
much
this
there.
up. Most people don't have a room of torture devices. Right? Like,
Yeah, we as a family, we obviously I've got a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old. The 12-year-old is a Casanova, like they're with everyone. And we had to kind of go, my fiance and I, we're like, what kind of household are we? Are we the household that makes partners feel welcome and loved and accepted and valued? Or are we those people that say no visits, not allowed over, don't want to talk to them? And that's what happens, I'm seeing my kids, have their feelings hurt when they're not welcomed in by families of people they love. So we made the decision that we will always be an open home. So our home is open to the partners of our children. They can come and stay with us if they want to for extended periods.
You're the cool parents.
Yeah, we love them, we feed them, we clothe them, we take them on dates, we drive them, we pick them up and drop them off at their houses. Because I grew up in a very kind of closed off house where my partners were never welcome. And when they did come over, it was very awkward, very uncomfortable, as if they were there to like besmirch my good name. How dare you be with someone of this caste,
Yeah.
Oh, mummy.
So true.
So and it made it so hard for me to date anyone, because people would just go, I can't put up with this. I'm so sorry. Your parents are just too much. Like, and they'd walk away. And I was like, I never want to be that. I want to be that parent that my kids' partners can come tell me their everything. Like, and they can lean on me like an uncle,
See, when we were younger, Lunchie and I grew up together. The cool parents were the ones that used to get alcohol for us.
Bro,
I'm not sure if that's a good behavior or not, though.
No.
That was Pablo for me.
No, so like, I wasn't
that used to give me
I was the
alcohol.
cool uncle, or the cool big brother.
I grew up like mostly in a single parent house, right?
Yeah.
And like, but it wasn't too regimented, like the whole, dating thing. Like, cause, my mum's got all boys, right? And so I guess there's a different thing. But I do remember one morning, like, cause there was definitely an etiquette. You introduce the person to our mum.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And my older brother didn't do that this one time, right? And I remember it's like 6 a.m. You were up early in the house, right? And he wasn't. He was asleep with this girl, whoever she was, in the bed. And my mum came in the room and looked at me, and I was up like getting my shit together for the day. She's like, "Where's your brother?" And like I told her, and she just walks out, real subtle, right? But
Did you do
loud
these ones?
enough.
Where's your brother?
Yeah, exactly. And the comment that she's walking past his room, right? Subtle as a fucking brick, is like, yeah, just remind him we're not running a fucking whorehouse around here. But other than that, it was cool.
That's nasty.
You had to follow the rules.
We have like a sort of a code of ethics. We say to our kids, if you're going to date someone, you need to treat them well. So you need to both care for one another. Don't mess around and hurt each other's feelings if you can. Be kind to one another. Listen to one another. Don't be dicks. And then also, there was this one time that one of the partners had been doing some really dodgy stuff, just not cool, just being a weirdo, because they're growing up, obviously. And they then wanted to get back together, but now there's this history. So I had to pull over on the side of the road in the rain while they stood there shaking in their little hoodie, and they apologized for the way they had treated my child.
There you go.
That says something, you know, that's awesome. And then I was like, okay, I forgive you. And in future, if this happens, we'll just work through it, okay? Don't try not to do that again. Let's just treat each other with love and care and respect.
That's way
I'm
too
like,
much.
Yeah.
Like, what's the word for it? Reasonableness.
It's like honor.
Come on, man.
It's like
Just beat the kid.
It's like the knight's
Give you
code.
my number.
I just want to show them a photo of you, Lunchie. Be like, you mess around, I will send Uncle Lunchie to come see you.
Just send him a picture of the bat.
But I mean, I think that's pretty cool,
Lucille.
yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so he's asshole-ish in my mind.
A hassle.
Yeah, arsehole. All right.
I feel he needs to set boundaries, but both of them are being arseholes to each other.
That's probably
That's
the
probably a
best
better answer.
I like that. They're both
Yes.
assholes. I'm changing mine.
Retract.
And that's not how I thought that was going to end, but yeah. I think that was the conclusion. Yeah.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Until next time.
Thank you.